Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to my tutorial on doing facial resculpting, needle sculpting on factory plush. This is going to be a 4-part video. The first part here being just an overview of what's going to go on and just, some do's and don'ts and all of that, and a few things that you need. Second part is going to be doing the eyes. Third part will be doing the muzzle, and the fourth part will be restitching the smile on this bear. First, I'd like to introduce you to tonight's patient. This is Pearl. She came to me a little bit dirty, so she's going to need a washing, but for the sake of just getting the video done, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'll wash her after the fact, so please excuse the fact that she's a little bit gray. Anyway, just a real quick intro of a couple of things that you're going to need for doing this type of work. Now, most of the tools are self-explanatory. You need a good pair of scissors, basic sewing needles, but there are a couple of things in particular that you need to have when you're working with a bear like this. The first thing is very, very important. Your thread should be full nylon upholstery thread. This stuff is made for stitching up leather and heavy-duty upholstery, and it's very, very tough. You can really stretch it and really pull on it, and the stuff does not break. And the reason that this is important is that what I'm going to be doing is really pulling stuff together and pulling things around with this thread, and it needs to be able to handle the load. And you'd be surprised how much stress just a couple of pieces of fabric pulling apart from each other with stuffing in between can put on a single length of thread. So that's that. And the other thing that you really need for doing sculpting on a bear, these are upholstery needles, and depending on where you get them, if you buy them from a bear supply place, they might call them doll making needles, and they come in all kinds of different sizes. Like you can see this gigantic, it's a great big 12-inch monster needle there. But mostly what I use 90% of the time, unless I'm working on a really huge, gigantic bear, is just the little 6-inch slender needle like this. It's really easy to get in and out and do what you need to do expediently with a small one like this, unless you've got a great deal of space to go through. But like you can see, just for working with even a big bear like this is more than enough. Now, let's see, what else do we need to cover before I end this segment? That's about it. So, oh yeah, I did want to mention, I cheated a little bit and did some pre-work on her before I started this. And you need to, anytime you're doing a resculpting on a bear, first thing that you want to do is assess what the stuffing is like. And if it's too baggy, there's not enough stuffing, the stuffing's not distributed well, you need to get inside of the bear or the plushie and move stuff around, add stuffing if you need to. Like I did open her up beforehand, and I added some more stuffing to her neck because she was kind of down like this. So I got her so she looks up nice and proud, and her cheek was kind of sagging here, so I stuffed her a little bit up in there and got a little bit more stuffing in the muzzle. You want, if you're gonna stitch a smile, or do nasal ridges up here, you need to have a decent amount of stuffing in the muzzle so that it'll hold that shape. So I just kind of added a little bit here and there, so you need to assess that beforehand. Alrighty, that's the end of the intro. Next segment's going to be eyes.